We're live.
Hold on, I have heartburn.
Iron Palace Podcast. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Iron Palace Podcast, the only podcast to have lifted the Buffville Stones.
Yeah.
I will say I was a little worried David might not get it. He's a little out of his range.
So was Dave. Dave was also very worried.
But Dave did get it.
I had no doubt. No doubt.
With Holland here, I can do all things through Holland.
Anyways, so we have a very special episode this week. You could probably hear our echo. We are recording live at Buffville Gym in Albany, Kentucky. Woo! So we're having a lot of fun up here today. It's been a great time. But we're also joined by some pretty awesome guys. I'll let y'all introduce yourselves.
Well, my name is Clint Poore. I've been with you guys once before, and
Yep.
I'm the owner of Buffville Gym, and these are my training partners.
Yeah, I'm Ashley Stearns. And Patrick Hadley, probably actually I know. I'm the oldest one of the group. So here we go.
Probably the handsomest.
Yeah,
That's what I thought he was going to say.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe.
I thought he was going to say Patrick Hadley.
I beg to differ.
First, tied for second.
Yeah, Dave usually, that's what Dave goes to. Me and Holland look how strong people is. Dave usually ranks how pretty they are. So,
It's my lane.
yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm out.
And we lost Ashley.
But we've had a pretty fun time today. We've done, we did the Stones, which, I mean, if you're in the area, you definitely need to do that. Get a shirt.
The soon-to-be world famous.
Yep.
The soon-to-be famous, world-famous Buffville Stones.
Yep, the mighty Buffville Stones.
We're in the process of getting registered, thanks to Caleb and the guys at the Iron Palace Podcast.
Yep.
Was on before. You mentioned that there's the liftingstones.org. I sent Dave an email, and he said, just keep going, doing what you're doing. Next time I update it, the Buffville Stones will be added. He said the only thing he really wanted to make sure was it was not a one-off just to get on for something.
Yep.
And it will not be a one-off. Dave, if you're listening to this, today we have certified the number 7 and number 8 person to ever lift the Buffville Stones, Caleb Day and David Corbin.
Yep.
Got that dog in us.
Good job, Dave. I'll wait for it. It's fine.
And then we also did something unique. We had the first people ever to certify on the Buffville Stones doing it strongman style.
Yeah.
Yep.
So strongman style, you guys want to tell them what the strongman style of the Buffalo Stones is?
Like a farmer's carry or a trap bar, but way cooler.
You stand with the stones outside your legs and lift it like a farmer's walk or a
Yep.
trap bar deadlift. And we had 3 of us were successful in that.
Yep.
Caleb Day, the mighty and ever-present Holland Millsaps, and then me, Clint Poore.
The exceptional Holland.
Everybody's got a new adjective for Holland.
Well, there's something Holland probably needs to get off his chest. I'll be honest with you, if that's okay. Can we take a moment for Holland?
We
Holland,
can.
would you like to share with us about this?
This podcast is a known safe space for Holland.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. So we're talking about the
Yeah, we're doing that.
old time strongman world championship
We're doing that.
where I won an Atlas Stone trophy in the Denny deadlift.
Well, as you see, there are 3 Atlas trophies there from the 2023 Old Time Strongman World Championships. The USA location, Holland Millsaps, was the best lifter in 2 of those events.
Show off.
And he just wanted to make a point because he gets picked on a lot. I won the Hackenschmidt floor press best lifter. Holland won the Denny Stone deadlift. And in an incredible battle with
Oh,
Philip
man.
Marlin. What a battle. That was incredible. He put 250 pounds on his shoulder in a dumbbell and won the best lifter in the dumbbell to shoulder as well.
Yeah.
But Holland, would you like to go ahead and say it, or do I need to say it?
Go ahead, Clint.
You know, I've noticed and listened to a lot of your podcasts, and they're quite excellent. And the one thing everybody likes to do is to pick on to Holland. I mean, they really give Holland a hard time.
We have to, or else he wouldn't be able to fit through the door.
Well, the problem is, though, Holland's got an Atlas trophy. Caleb,
Yep.
where's your Atlas trophy?
Yeah, Caleb.
It's being made. It's in the shop right now.
It's in the shop.
Yeah, it's being cleaned.
It's in the
But he
mail.
earned this. It wasn't something he went and got. He earned this.
Yeah,
I did too. My mom gave it to me.
So Holland said, we're making the point that Holland, he stepped his game up here.
That's fine.
And in 2024, I'm just going to throw it out to all 3 of you. We want to beat the British for the team championship.
Oh, we will. It's no
And
problem.
we need Dave Corbin, Holland Millsaps, and the irrepressible Caleb Day.
I have an
Yeah.
adjective.
Yeah.
I don't know what it means, but it sounded cool.
It's a good one.
Yours has more syllables than his.
Take that, Holland.
I just clapped it out. Can't confirm.
All right. Well, as an icebreaker question that I usually like to just Google before we do this, would you rather have every song you listen to gradually turn into All Star by Smash Mouth, or every movie you watch gradually turn into Shrek?
Door number 2.
Door number 2.
Yeah, number 2.
Every movie turn into Shrek?
Yeah.
2.
Yep.
Yeah. Shrek is a very giant accomplishment in American film.
I agree.
Shrek is strong.
Yep.
A couple hundred years from now, like in the Louvre, there'll be like the Mona Lisa and then a Blu-ray copy of Shrek beside it.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Just the Blu-ray copy.
Included, like the special edition. It's got like the commentary and
Does
stuff.
it come
It's
with a
not
digital copy, though?
It comes with a plush of Puss in Boots.
What Donkey's got to be in there too.
He's canceled. We can't. They dug up some stuff on his Twitter, and it's not looking good for him.
Perfect.
Look, we've all done it. Whatever.
All right, well, then.
I quit when everybody else did.
About 10 years ago.
So we haven't had Clint back with us since we actually started organizing our event, but me and Clint are co-directing our Iron Palace Strongest Man coming up. And we do have a few sponsors for the event so far that I don't think I told you about. We started touching on before this. So we've currently have Valkyrie Strength Club. We just actually had the owner on last week with us.
Cool dude.
So he's throwing up 20% discount codes to all athletes to sign up, and then he's in talks of some more stuff in the future, and then we're getting a discount code coming from the podcast. soon,
Not that
too.
you need it. Valkyrie Strength is super reasonably priced.
They're awesome.
For everybody listening, you don't even need a discount code. You're not going to beat their prices to begin with.
And then we also have a really big one that we've kind of waited until we got a little more details. We're still waiting on those details, but I didn't want to wait any longer. Hosswear is sponsoring our T-shirts for all athletes.
Now that's what I'm talking about. Hosswear.
Yeah.
The Hoss is with us.
Yep.
May the Hoss be with us, Holland Millsaps.
So Holland talked to the owners. He got me in touch with them. They're going to sponsor all athletes T-shirts for the event.
Yeah, there's some really cool dudes, those Hosswear
Yep.
guys.
Congratulations, you've
Yep.
done excellent.
So far, so good.
Now, I don't know how much you guys talked about it and hear it in the last podcast I listened to online on Monday, but the events for your competition, the Iron Palace podcast, we're co-directing. I guess we should really call this, it's more of you're the meet director, I'm the co, because I'm an
Okay.
experienced person with USAWA. And after this meet, and you get a chance to see how it's run, I'm going to literally, unless you want me to be involved, I'm going to turn it all over to you. Does that make sense?
Yep, sounds
But
good.
if you want me there, I'll be there to head referee or do scoreboard or whatever, or do what Chip has me do, talk on the microphone the whole time.
Well, I know the event will actually be commentated by us three until we get to the record breakers. So the Iron Palace podcast boys will be commentating the whole event,
I may be also reffing.
and then Holland will be reffing.
Okay, you're going to have to explain that to me because as somebody who's a referee, and I kind of get it, but how are you going to commentate it if you're having somebody at the scores table trying to keep the meet running?
Very carefully.
Okay, that'd be the only thing that'd be a question is, I mean, it's okay to have somebody else doing announcing and stuff like that. They just have to make sure they work with the person at the scores table calling out the name of the lifter and
Oh, yeah.
how much on. Then the scores table can just be quiet and wait for the next person to give them their attempt in.
I think that's the plan.
Okay. I hope I can be that quiet.
You don't have to. We've also decided to dub you as the Hand of the Kings.
Yeah. We had,
Couldn't
you had
let
to
you
have
not
a
have a
title.
title. Yeah.
I mean, you got to do something because you just broke his heart a minute ago when you kind of took the microphone away from him
Yeah.
at the event. I think whenever he said about the commentate, then you said you guys were going to do it. I think that
Oh, well, it's an open door because once they start doing
That was
record
an
breakers and
natural
stuff, we're just going to alternate in guests. I'm going to stay at the table, so you'll have more than enough chance to come on in and give us some famous Clint Poore commentary.
No, I don't know about famous Clint Poore commentary. I mean, but you guys do fantastic. The goal is the thing I think is concern is that we just want to keep the thing going quick.
Oh, yeah.
Lifters don't want to be there all day. They like to have it. And
do
the list you've
podcasts.
chosen, I'll give you credit because you've chosen 3 lifts that can move quickly. The first one, the Denny Stone deadlift, that'll probably be the one that takes a little bit longer because it's all progressive bar.
Yep.
And then followed by Apollin's axle.
Yep. Apollons. That's what we call it.
Apollin's, not Apollon's.
We have not called it anything different on this podcast.
Apollin's lift will be second, then followed by a lift that's pretty easy to load after that. It's just
Yep.
a deadlift position. Will be the Zerker lift. And it looks like you're getting some bump on the Zerker lift. I had a little concerns about that, people, but they're really promoting the organization as part of the postal meet. So
we're trying
that's
to
going
push
to really.
It's an unorthodox lift that we don't see very often, so we're trying to push it up. And plus, Dave just likes seeing weird events.
Yeah, I literally picked it because it looked odd.
Yeah.
And I was like, it looks tough, and I'm not doing it. And
then
let's try that one.
Well, for historic purposes, I was scolded by Eric Todd on this, the USAWA Secretary Treasurer, because I said, Eric, that could be one that's a little difficult. Because Colin and I talked about it too, and he said, Clint, in Facebook Messenger, Eric replied, he said, that's one of the lifts that got me involved in the organization. He said, that's an important lift. I was like, okay.
Well, we thought for a minute because we were getting some kickback on that lift specifically, with people saying it's a hard lift. They want to sign up, but that one they don't want to do. And so we talked about it, and we decided that the Knights of the Iron Palace should not back down from a challenge. So
That's right. 'Cause if it was hard, if it was easy, everybody'd do it.
exactly,
Yeah.
that's what we thought. And then we've done an online competition, which by the time this airs, it'll be over. But we've currently got an online social media competition for max Zercher squats going. I'm the only one to put up about it. I figured if I'm going to ask people to do it, I'll do it first. So I put up a 360 Zercher.
I mean, if I'm going to ask people to do it, you're going to do it first.
What did I say? Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. So we're still waiting on submissions, but by the time this airs, that will have been over, and we'll be announcing winners soon.
Well, here's something else you could consider. The USAWA's has their postal event. Were you going to go there, Hadley? Oh, the USAW has they have 4 postal events, one every quarter. The quarter 1 postal event includes the Zerker lift.
Mm-hmm.
So you could, if somebody wanted to do it, they could get it and have a referee present. They could have it sanctioned and attempt to set a record in it. The Zerker has some very challenging records in it. I mean, there's some people were very strong in the past. It was, I think in the 80s and 90s, it was really a popular lift. But as strongman has come more present and powerlifting has become more popular and CrossFit, it's just not as been as popular as some of the others has. But in the past, I mean, you look at the records set on it, man, these guys are killing it.
Yep.
And it's 365. Kudos to you. That's a, God bless you.
It's okay. I was going to go 405, but I don't know. I bruised my forearms. I didn't feel like it that day.
He bruises like a banana.
I do.
That's the hard part about that lift. When you get in your arms, you got to stand up with it, and that's tough.
Yeah.
So maybe if people start putting their submissions in and if someone beats mine, I might do a 405 just to prove a point. But maybe if David does one.
Holland.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
Now, I don't know if you know this. There is a variation of the Zerker lift in old time strongman. It's called the Haybecker lift, done by Danny Haybecker of the president of the organization. I can't remember if it's from 18 inches or it's 2/3 your body or 1/3 of your body height. You bend down and you get under it from there. It starts in a rack and you scoop it under it and you stand up with it. So it's a bit of a compromise on having to bend down the deadlift all the way to your knees.
True. Yeah, that is definitely a lot easier. But
It still hurts.
yeah. Exactly. So, yeah, I think that's really been our only lift that we've gotten some kickback on is just the Zerker lift. Everybody seems to like the Denny deadlift idea. Everybody likes the Apollon's axle idea.
Well, Patrick Hadley has a friend in Ohio. Is that it? That's really working hard on the Denny deadlift for the Hack and Denny Classic in June 2nd.
Yeah, I was in a lifting group on Facebook, and I noticed that he was doing the Denny stones, except he was doing them equal.
Mm-hmm.
So, if he had 150 on one side, he had 150 on the other. And I just messaged him one day and told him about it and said, the way we do it here in competition we were in. And I invited him to the Worlds, but it was just like a week out, and he didn't have time to get prepared. I told him we'd done where one was 75% of the other one. But he's been really practicing, so his plan is to come in June to the Buffville gym to the Hack and Denny. And last I saw, he was still doing it the same amount on each side, but he was doing 286 on each side. So
Dang, it's not bad.
Yeah.
he's moving on pretty good. He's progressing quickly.
Heck yeah. We're just moving right along through my topics here.
Well, now, this is interesting. We'll throw it out there. You got the Iron Palace podcast meet coming up on March 16th.
Yep.
Now, are you guys going to do, on the record day, go for the all-time world record that day, or are you going to wait till Chips meet the following week for Special Olympics?
No, we're going for it on our meet.
Yeah.
So at the Iron Palace podcast, okay, this is something people need to see. And this needs to hit Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, you name it, Facebook Reels. You and Holland are going to go for the all-time world record heaviest lift ever in the International All-Around Weightlifting Association or in the United States All-Around Weightlifting Association in the two-man deadlift.
Yep.
In the record day portion, correct?
Correct.
Yep.
The record, the heaviest ever to this moment is 1,090 or 1,079, I believe.
I think it's 1,096.
Is it 96?
Yeah, I was thinking.
97, maybe 96, 97.
Yeah.
You're right. I've got backwards.
Yeah, it was 96, 97, or 76, 79. You know, whatever.
So-
It was-
Either way, we've already done it.
Yeah, y'all
What
like
are you
that.
planning on doing?
So,
guys?
Well, we did it just as a demo at a deadlift competition, and we pulled
1,100.
1,100. So we're gonna at least do 1,100.
Yep. And then hopefully 12 after that. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, we're shoot for 12 or
How
more.
much can you deadlift, Holland?
Right now I'm 650.
Caleb.
PR is 600. Well, 595. technically.
Knock off 5%, possibly, you know. So 1,200 is very realistic, guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, that's 550 kilos.
To be fair, when we did that, I just came off. Stop.
To be fair.
When we did that, I just came off a 5-week break, so I hadn't worked out in 5 weeks or anything.
Yeah, he
So-
just got back from Japan.
Yeah, where I couldn't work out at all for 5 weeks.
How are we supposed to respond to that?
I'm just trying to build confidence in myself and in everybody else, mostly
Man,
myself.
he hadn't done it and he lifted over 1,100 pounds.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I think I was there. Chip was the
You were
referee,
there.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, it was a good lift. I mean, I would have given you a down signal and improved the lift. So you guys are going to do that. Plus, after you commentate the competition,
Yep.
and since I'll be on the scores table, unless you have the scores table acting as a head referee, you'll need to have in center position the King of Kings, Holland Millsaps. Because he will probably be, once he finally gets certified and sent in, he will be a sanctioned referee with
true.
USAWA, and he will be the guy giving the down command.
Yep.
Yeah. Which I like the fact that these are all lifts that I'm really familiar with. That I'll be.
That helps a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, it'd be awkward if you weren't.
Yeah, that's like doing that online, exam. I was like, what are the rules for this lift? I had to go and look them up.
Well, Holland, something to be aware of, that people on the podcast can know. I'm a certified USAWA national referee, level 1, and Holland Millsaps, Ashley Stearns, I say it right?
yes.
And Patrick Hadley, because I've called him Starnes and he gets a little upset at me. It's Stearns and Patrick Hadley have all passed their exam, and they got 2 practicals done at the Old Time Strongman Worlds. All of them did, and now they've got the online practical that Holland is referring to. You take 15 questions or 15 videos, and you tell them what is if it's a good lift or bad lift, and they'll send you back whether you're good or not. Patrick and Ashley passed, and so did Holland pass this past week, and now it's just a matter of getting the final certification sent, and they'll all be ready to go. And then after that, we'll have 4 referees in the area, and maybe even 2 more in the near future.
I'll do it all for the pod.
But it will give you opportunity to set more records, and if you find a world record you'd like to set at the International All-Around Weightlifting Association, you'll be able to set that world record in that event as well, because you'll have 3 referees that are qualified for world record potential.
Which would be handy because I'm hoping to set another world record, which would be the Thomas Inch dumbbell.
Well, that one is currently a United States AWA currently only.
Currently.
But according to John Mahan and Steve Gardner, John Mahan of Australia and Steve Gardner of England, they're going to be presenting Old Time Strongman to the IAWA body this at their World Council in October to be fully certified as for world records and is recognized by the IAWA. So that will then allow world records to start in all those events, and I'm pretty excited about that. I got one particular event I really like.
Which one?
Hackenschmidt floor press.
I didn't know you liked that one.
I like the Hackenschmidt.
I never would have guessed that.
Really? But now there's going to be an interesting twist there. You'll be great at the inch dumbbell, but there's going to be a battle come up. You and Mark Haydock and Matt Jones of England are going to be pushing head to head for the heaviest all-time Denny Stone or Shanks lift deadlift. And I think you can beat the
I'm going to
British.
take it.
I'm all for it. USA.
Yeah.
USA.
Don't run, baby.
You have to squeeze that in every episode.
He said, "These colors don't run."
That's right, baby. I can't think patriotic thoughts without thinking of Cal Naughton and Talladega Nights wearing the Old Spice shirt that happened to be red, white, and blue. Going, these colors don't run, Ricky. It's one of my favorite things ever.
We need a T-shirt from Buffville like that said, "These colors don't run."
Yep. All right, Dave, I think you've got our story for the day, bud.
All right, I just picked a really cool guy that I think would start some cool conversation. So he won 19 professional wins over his career. He was ranked as the 23rd best in the world at one point. Just a killer guy in his field. But what makes him super interesting to me is just the rigorous diet he held. Like, I don't know if I could keep up with this guy. He's going to be pretty easy to guess once I list his diet for you fellas. So in a round of, this is going to give it away, golf. He's a golfer. Someone followed him. And in 18 holes, he consumed 21 cigarettes, 12 Diet Cokes,
John Daly,
6 packs of peanut M&Ms, and 0.0 ounces of water. People call him the camel because they never saw him drinking water.
0.0.
That's the kind of food it takes. If you want to make your body a temple, you got to start with 21 cigarettes, Marlboro 100s, I'm assuming.
I think it's a safe bet.
Coke Zero if you're wild. Diet Coke, you want to keep it a little cleaner for the folks at home.
Yeah.
I think John Daly might have a little gin and jack with that too.
Oh, yeah. I don't think it's just.
That was
Yeah.
one practice round. That's recently. Like he's gotten better. He used to have several Big Macs in a day. Someone followed him on a practice round recently, is what made me think of him. And they posted on Twitter like a couple weeks ago. Like, I followed John Daly for 18 holes, and this is what he had at his age now. Yeah, so he's toned it back.
You know what's crazy is like Tiger Woods used to like get up and run 3 miles, then go to the gym, and then.
One of my favorite things ever recently, he pulled up, John Daly pulled up to a course. It's a TikTok. He gets off the golf cart, lights a cigarette, goes, "Where's the first team? What's the course record?" He's my spirit animal.
I could see it.
Yeah.
It checks out.
Dude, he had the coolest shirts at Kmart. You remember? I know you don't.
I remember Kmart.
Yeah.
I don't remember John Daly shirts.
You don't remember those? Like,
Why would I remember
you know
those?
those like nice dry fit golf shirts for a while? They're like really expensive. Nike still makes them. Well, John Daly had a more affordable brand at Kmart. They were sick, dude.
What makes you think I had dry fit shirts whenever I was younger from Kmart?
Sorry, I forgot. You didn't grow up in the ghetto like your boy here. That was a church shirt. Like, we're going to go to Kmart and get your John Daly shirt. It's Easter Sunday, son.
What's wrong with dry fit shirts?
Yeah.
Nothing's wrong with
Yeah.
dry fit shirts, but whenever I'm like 10 years old, I was not wearing dry fit.
If I was 10 years old and it was Easter Sunday, you best believe I had a fresh John Daly.
I don't think when I was 10 there was a dry fit shirt. I don't believe.
Let's don't go there.
They hadn't come out with that yet.
No, on Easter Sunday, I'm wearing like my papa's old polo.
I was wearing John Daly's old polo. I had one that was this color. It was dope. I had a
your
yellow
favorite
one
one?
too. Yeah, the blue one was my favorite.
Yeah.
Tighten up, dog. I'll die in those colors. Two-tone blue like die, son. And a little bit of red.
Yeah.
That's why I picked this phone.
How did we get here?
You started talking about T-shirts, like, I don't know.
No,
You
I
did
did.
talk about strength
Yeah,
and
we-
weights, and you want to talk about dry fit shirts from Kmart. Let's get back on board,
Just
Jayla.
go on with John Daly. Just move on.
John Daly, I can tell you why we're here because you asked about the story of the person
Yeah.
of the day, but I understand why he brought him in. John Daly is a man's man.
Yeah.
No, I agree
He's
with that.
not a beta male.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the T-shirts. How did we get on that? Like,
Well, it's just John Daly.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
John Daly does that to you, man.
I mean,
David
you
and John Daly kind of remind me of each other.
Aw.
David doesn't work out, doesn't do whatever. Comes in here and lifts this freaking anvil. Like
I'm still not sure if he's complimenting you or not right now.
In all fairness, though, we were all three the same amount of surprise. I look at him and Hall's like, oh! Caleb's, oh!
David was like, I'm part of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I'm part of this podcast because I'm the guy that doesn't lift. And then he goes and lifts the Buffville stones, the anvil in here.
It's all spot.
110-pound anvil by the horn.
Yeah,
Yep.
he just walks in and does it.
It's all spot because I was like, I got to try it. If these guys are trying.
If he'd just been smoking a cigarette when he was doing it, that would have been the only difference.
Yeah.
Next time I'm bringing the Cowboy Killers.
Best way to describe Dave is if John Daly and Theo Vaughn had a love child.
Praise God. I'll take it. Boys are so sweet.
Both surprise you. Neither one of them work out.
Probably similar learning disabilities.
I have no idea what either one of them's going to say.
Yep. Yeah,
That checks out.
I feel like that's accurate. Yeah.
I'll take it. I've been called worse. Today.
On the way over here.
Yeah. Text from my mom.
I was like, sorry, man, I'll be better. What else you got, Caleb?
I mean, honestly, that's really it.
I'm just,
What are you
As
boys
far as my
into?
notes, like- I mean, I've got a tip of the day. I figured we'd bring that back.
Oh, deep cut.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to say, if we have time, I don't have much time.
We have
left.
time.
We have loads of time.
Yeah.
We have so far wasted none.
Okay. What about the Buffville Stones? How did you guys feel about it? Because I saw the look in your eyes. I realize they're only 489 pounds and they're not 804 pounds or 803 that yours are. But these are meant to be the everyman stones, where every man has a chance to lift on if he'll commit himself. Dave is the exception. If he loves to lift, this is a goal he can achieve. And if you see the podcast, all three guys on the Iron Palace podcast and myself are wearing the "Do You Have the Stones" t-shirt. And on the back it says, "I lifted the Buffville Stones." All six people here at this have all lifted the Buffville Stones, and so far we have two others certified on it, and we'll have many more coming in the near future. And
Yep.
the idea behind it is to bring people into the organization USAWA and have fun and enjoy having a place they can come and lift stones, and maybe after they leave here, drive 2 hours and 15 minutes to Maryville, Tennessee, and hoist the irrepressible Caleb Stones.
Putting that on my tombstone.
You better do it. You better write it down quick. He's going to call me tomorrow and say, what was that word, Clint? Kept using.
Hold on. I'm writing it down right now. How you spell it? Sound it out.
IRREPRESSIBLE.
You were talking way too fast.
That says resuscitation. Not even close.
Irrepressible.
Yeah.
Oh, found it.
It ain't a word.
It is. Autocorrect did it.
Tell us what it means, Caleb.
It doesn't tell me that.
We have to put in definition behind it.
Yeah.
What?
We'll wait.
What do you mean?
Irrepressible, then the word definition. We have it brought to us by the photographer,
Oh, thank
Patrick's
God.
girlfriend.
He was like, I got to spell this again.
I don't have my glasses on. Somebody tell me what it says.
He was devastated for a second.
I just did it once.
His whole life was flashing before his eyes.
Irrepressible says not able to be controlled or restrained. A great shout or impressive laughter.
I'll take it. I like it.
He was having Nam flashbacks over here.
I mean, if you saw the feats of, if someone had a chance to see the feats of strength you did today, Caleb, I'll say that was hard to be restrained on because Caleb Day did something that, I mean, give him kudos. You earned your flowers today, Caleb.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for my pat on the back, David.
You did something that very few people in the history of the world have done. That I don't know if you fully realize the depth of what you did.
Kiss a horse on the mouth, open.
Just assume anybody can do it most of the time.
We loaded up a Thomas inch dumbbell to 176 pounds, more than the standard for the Thomas inch, and he easily picked it up with his left hand.
Yeah.
Right hand broke the ground. It just didn't quite finish. And then, folks, he attempted to go where only Brian Shaw, and I don't know, David Horn, is that the guy's name out of England?
Yeah.
Maybe the only ones that have ever
he
even
got it.
considered getting close to that. He put 200 pounds on a Thomas inch dumbbell, and it budged on the left arm.
Moved it. I broke ground technically for stone lifting.
The
I lifted
the
it.
right one didn't, but the left one. And folks, I don't know if you're listening to the podcast, but go look up how many people have ever lifted just the Thomas inch dumbbell in history. It will qualify you to lift at the Arnold. That's how good it is. If they have that competition performing that kind of lift, then you went where only Brian Shaw has gone. Probably Brian Shaw. I mean, I don't really say how you don't consider it. People wouldn't consider him the strongest person ever walked the history of the face of the earth.
I do. In my mind, it is.
Him and Paul Anderson probably right there together.
I think it's Holland.
He's got some work to do on that.
That's most handsome.
Okay. A little ways to go. man.
Brian Shaw's the guy who could done over 200 pounds on a Thomas inch dumbbell, the Millennium dumbbell as well. I mean, give you flowers. You earned the kudos.
Where's my flowers, Dave?
I forgot.
We'll get them on the way. We'll get them on the way back.
Okay.
Pick 'em
Next time
up.
around, yeah.
So congratulations, Caleb. That's a astounding feat of strength.
Start my own applause.
Hey, according to gripboard.com, less than 200 people have officially lifted the Thomas Inch dumbbell.
And we weighed that on a calibrated scale, powerlifting scale that's calibrated. It came through Uline. It's one we use at competitions. That what the weight you had on the bar was 176 pounds, and you lifted it.
So I mean,
I think it's time to hit. I think it's time you come down and lift it at a USAWA competition, have it certified for the whole world to see exactly how freaking strong and irrepressible you are.
that's right.
I guess I can do that. When is it? December?
The old time strongman world championships for 2024 will be a postal meet. The USA location is in Albany, Kentucky at Buffville Arena. It's the warehouse I own. And we'll have all the lights, all the sound, everything. Oh, we have a new sound system down there. It won't go out this time, will it, Hadley? No. The sound system's nickname is Thunder, and Thunder rolls, baby.
All right.
He's loud, and he doesn't quit.
I'll be there.
That'll be December 7th, 2024. And the English, Steve Gardner's running the English location on the same day, and John Mahan be running the Australian location. And America's got something to prove. The British beat us in the team award last year, and we're needing to step our game up. And we believe
I think the
that we
Iron Pals
can
will
beat
be
these
there.
guys. The lift this year will be the Hackett-Schmidt floor press will be the first one. The second one will be the Denny lift or the Shanks lift, whichever one you want to call it in England. Everybody else calls it the Donald Denny lift. And then the third one will be the Thomas Inch dumbbell. Full-blown grip event, not really a deadlift. If you you ain't got the grip, you ain't gonna lift it. So,
I think it's kind of better they won it this time. It's better to take it away from them than to just keep it the whole time, you know?
we've got something to prove.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll take it.
You want it more if you got it to prove.
Yep. Exactly.
Well, we have a treat here. I don't know if you know this. We have the two highest scoring Americans in the entire competition here. The highest scoring by points was Holland Millsaps.
Holland, the thick boy.
And the
Millsaps.
second highest scoring was
Yeah.
Ashley Stern.
Yeah.
Ashley deadlifted. How much did you tell us your numbers, Ashley? What you lifted each one of them?
I don't remember. I think it was around 300 on the Hack and Denny. I think it was
Hackett-Schmidt floor press.
but the Denny Stones, I think it was 600, right? I don't remember what I done. I cut myself short on the dumbbell. I think it's 175, 185, one.
And he had more in the tank. Ashley had best competition he's had so far, and so did Holland. They both, when the pressure is on to perform the biggest, they performed quite well with flashing LED lights in their face.
Well, that's like
Holland's used to that at work.
And my goal is I hope I get 700 this year on the Denny Stone, so I'm gonna go with that.
You got it. Well, like you said, whenever you got something to prove, it makes you want it more. And so Holland had something to prove this year.
I definitely did.
You're doing a great job at it too.
Yeah.
Impressive.
He nailed it.
Well, Ashley, the kicker will be with the formula. Ashley is 42. You'll be 43 then, right?
I'll be 44 this year.
You'll be 44. That'll help him in points wise. And how much did you weigh? 85 kilos?
Yeah.
Well, that's under 187 pounds.
Yeah. So
Yes, I think it's right. Yeah.
that's like when we were doing on the Denny's, and Ashley was lifting. I was like, man, I wonder how this is going to work in the formula.
It was close.
I was like,
But it was close.
If you'd have missed 700, this would have been the best lifter in the Denny
Yeah.
lift.
Oh man, it would have happened all over
I know,
again.
700 again, guys.
History would have repeated itself. Repeat.
But you should see. You would have been proud of Holland if you could see the look in his face at that moment when he went 650 and open. I said, "Holland, you want to go 685?" He said, "Nope, 700." I said, "You sure about this?"
Yep.
On the second, he said, "Yes."
I don't blame you. I'd have done the
He
same thing.
marched to the platform with authority, and he was irrepressible as well.
He can't have that word. That's my
I was just
word.
at that one moment, though. I was just that. Just
He became the mighty,
Okay. You can have that one.
the glorious Holland Millsaps in that moment.
Oh, sorry.
Thanks, Dave.
What's Chad's word for you?
excellent.
No, exceptional.
Exceptional.
Yeah.
Yep. He's been called exceptional multiple times.
A day. Multiple times a day.
I mean,
He
we,
earns it.
We tell him a lot, but besides that,
Well, Holland's got something real special going on. Him on March 23rd, don't you, Holland? You and Chip are doing down there in
Yeah.
Maryville as well.
Yeah, we're having a power partner lifting competition, and we're going to include some like the double two-hand deadlift, and try to get some of our Special Olympians involved in some of the other lifts. So it should be good time.
Well, it'd be fantastic because Chip Hultquist and Holland Millsaps, who are incredible people that work with Special Olympics, just absolutely wonderful people.
Yep.
They're putting on that event. They're going to have a Power Partners full powerlifting competition. Then they're going to have, to raise money for Special Olympics, is correct? Mm-hmm. They're going to have a two-man deadlift sanctioned through the USAWA, and they're going to be able to set two-man deadlift records. And Special Olympians are going to be able to set it in their age group too if they're strong enough with a power partner, which is absolutely freaking awesome.
It is awesome.
And there'll be lots of records set, lots of people lifting some heavy weights.
Yep, I can't wait for it.
We're doing something next Saturday. You want to mention that? Or is it?
By
That's
the
next
time this
Saturday.
comes out, that will have passed.
This is true. I didn't think about that. What are we, 3 weeks behind? Never mind. If you missed it then, guys.
way to make my editing harder.
Leave it in. It feels natural. Yeah. It feels right.
Well, to take a small break to throw in, we used to do this thing in our earlier episodes called the tip of the day. TIP being our acronym. So the tip of the day, if you
Just
hear
the tip?
Just the tip.
exactly that, yeah. If you
We
hear
promise.
weird, David.
We promise. I'm just saying, dude.
If you hear weird noises in the night, simply make weirder noises to assert dominance.
Nice.
It's a good tip.
Can you say that again?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah. If you hear weird noises in the night, simply make weirder noises to assert your dominance.
Yeah.
Haley, I think you're the one that needs commentary on
Checks
this.
out.
Hear a lot of weird noises.
I don't know what to say to that.
It's just free advice.
Just don't be scared.
I think that's what you do for bears.
I think Holland knows what to do with their bears.
Yeah, what do you do if there's a bear, Holland?
You just
Wrestle it?
wrestle it to the ground.
Holland
Show
puts
who's
the
boss.
chokehold, gives it a noogie.
That was one of the funniest things I saw the other day. Was the TikTok of Sam Solik. Have y'all seen him? He's this young bodybuilder guy. He's hilarious, and he was doing his flex for his lat spread, and he said, "I want this gap to be closed, so like a bear comes up, I just like, and it runs away." Cracked me up.
Yeah.
Well,
But
do you pet the bears?
rarely.
He's not supposed to.
Not without consent.
He's not supposed to.
He's never pet a bear that didn't want it. We'll put it that way.
But your tip of the day makes me think. My oldest nephew, from the time that he was like 7 and learned how to address an envelope, he like writes me letters, and most of the time he gives like some sort of like little advice or word of wisdom in his letter. And I don't know, he's probably like 7 or 8, and sent a letter, and it was his advice, and it was, if there is a dragon at your door, fight it.
Yeah, you can't reason with them. It checks out, dude. Yeah. You can't negotiate with dragons. That's rule number
I want
one.
that tattoo.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the best advice I've ever heard.
Yeah, I've kept that letter.
Yeah, you should frame it.
Yeah.
Can we put it in the podcast studio?
Yeah.
I want that etched in stone in the podcast studio.
Yeah, if there's a dragon at your door, fight it.
What else would you do?
I don't know, run away.
No, you're too
Running
fast
gonna
for
burn
that.
you, so.
Yeah.
Serpentine don't work either. They're quicker than alligators. I hear. I don't know.
I know you try to make weird noises.
Yeah.
You start getting all your advice mixed up. Start playing dead.
Start squeaking at the door.
Yeah, this is pretty much how this goes. We just kind of get caught in our own little ramble. So,
How would a dragon knock on the door?
see,
Because they're head first. I guess if they stand up on their hind legs. Wait a minute, are we talking like Asian dragons or like
that.
European style dragons?
like just one claw.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like
I'd tap a horn or just
kind of
bust in.
like a T-Rex trying to make the bed.
Yeah.
You know, how does it? You know.
Well, they turn around and use their tail.
Yeah, he's got 40 chests.
Yeah.
And that works for every breed of dragon that I've seen.
Yeah. We're playing checkers and he's playing
Yeah,
chess.
yeah. Yeah, he's looking at 20, 40
Well,
over there,
David's a
dude.
big fan of tail anyway, right?
Well, I'll be honest with you, boys. That's all my show notes until our closing. So,
Come here often?
yeah, we almost
Well,
talked
what
about
about your competition? I mean, what are you expecting out of this Iron Palace Strongest Man competition? Because that's a big deal. I mean, you're breaking ground. You're moving. The USAWA is moving from Missouri to Kentucky, now headed into Tennessee, Eastern Tennessee, and then it looks like it's going to be a fantastic show that lifters will really
so.
enjoy themselves.
So far, we've got five athletes signed up, and we're still moving. We've still got a lot of people that are inquiring about it, still wanting information, but they've got plenty of time.
Everybody wants to be a Knight of the Iron Palace.
Exactly.
Now, are you going to officially, after it's over, have them all bow the knee and knight them with the sword?
Yeah. First
Caleb's
place-
built thrones
Yeah,
for us to
okay.
sit in.
I know. I've heard about. Tell us about the thrones.
Well, kings have thrones to sit in. True. So we'll be sitting in thrones while we're commentating the whole thing.
The back of one of them is 6 foot tall.
It's ridiculous.
Where does the hand of the king sit?
Where do you want to sit?
Pick a lap.
What's the guy from Game of Thrones? What's his name? The dwarf guy.
Peter Dinklage?
Tyrion.
Peter. Yeah, Peter Dinklage. I mean, yeah. Am I Peter Dinklage for y'all?
Yes.
Here you go, Hattie. Here you go, Hattie.
No, you're
I'm just thinking, Clint, they're going to need a jester.
I'm over here still laughing internally because I still think I was going to say he was more Peter than Dinklage, and I'm still cracking up about that internally.
We shouldn't do more than one episode with you a week.
Yeah.
The second one really gets out of hand.
The wheels are turning.
I think he's just now warmed up.
You've already got me in gear, buddy, from last Wednesday.
Well, back on a more serious note, I think you're on to something really, really big here.
Trying.
Well, I think you just did something that the Iron Palace podcast is doing that other places have never done. Well, a video of online YouTube channel I like to watch is by Mutant. Their show is called Mutant on a Mission. They go around to different gyms across the country and the world and just visit the gyms and socialize and you do a workout in them. Well, technically that's what you guys have done. You've came here, you've lifted, now you're doing a podcast in.
Yep.
You're onto something that nobody else is doing by just going around in your sphere of influence and going to gyms and building your market.
Funny you should mention that. We've also went and recorded and done a workout at Club 4 in Knoxville, and they are also talking about sponsoring the event.
We're going to open another one, too. They just opened another.
Yeah.
He wants us to come down for their
So we're-
new
yep.
So
location.
are you thinking about, if this one goes well, doing a second Iron Palace Strongest Man this year?
Not a second, but
What would the second event be called?
it's the same event, but they're wanting to sponsor the event. But they're wanting us to come and do another episode at their gym.
Yeah. We're already thinking annually for our Iron
Yeah.
Palace
Oh,
event, though. Yeah.
It'll be an annual event.
Well, you're more than welcome to be annually here.
Whoa.
Just let the silence fill the room.
Annually.
This is a family friendly
I
show.
was like, I'm about to
Insert
say,
crickets during that that long.
I kept waiting for Dave to insert some sort of joke, and I was like,
Sometimes I just like to let it hang out, let him be real nervous and quiet for a minute or two.
Awkward silence there for a little bit.
Sometimes Caleb's silence is my favorite part of the podcast.
His favorite thing is that whenever I tee him up for a joke or something, he just lets it fall flat.
Yeah, waiting, and it's just leave you hanging.
I'll take the ones he don't see coming, and then he'll put one right on the tee and be like, "Huh, Dave?" And I'll go, "Got nothing."
Yep.
A bit of a dirtbag.
Caleb loves it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's my
can
favorite.
tell.
Yeah.
He has this look. It's like,
Yeah, we do that all the time. We have a group
His eyes
chat.
light
Where
up.
we have a group chat where we talk about stuff for the podcast, and usually it goes, one of us sends something, and then no one responds.
Oh, all right. Back on a more serious note. How much time we got left?
As much as you want.
That and about 25 minutes.
Oh, wow.
15 minutes, sorry.
Okay.
Public school,
There's
sorry.
something I think you guys should consider as a friend and as a strength athlete.
He says we're
Only
friends.
fans.
Friends. Yeah. Holland And you should definitely consider, and probably Ashley too, when he gets that 700, consider making a trip to Scotland to make official the lifting of the Denny stones.
Yeah, we've talked about that a few times.
Okay, we've talked about that before, but there's also something you should also consider. Checking the events that are going to be held at the Arnold by Rogue, because at the level of grip strength you possess right now, you'd have potential to get an invitation to the Rogue grip events. All you have to do is find a way to get them sanctioned and contact them, and it's.
Well, we just so happen to know the guy that judges the grip events at the Arnold, and he's also been on the podcast.
And his name is
Chad Clark.
Ooh,
Yeah.
So we could
Friend of the podcast.
easily make that happen.
well, Chad Clark should come down and lift in the Hack and Denny Classic in June
He might.
2nd, because it's going to be a Hack and Denny show.
Yeah, we'll see. Chad.
He was bench.
Yeah. Chad does more like promoting and reffing and stuff now than lifting, but he still lifts,
Yeah, every now and then.
still competes.
He
Time to
hosts
time.
He hosts a ton of events.
Oh yeah.
Well, getting you into the Arnold, either one of you guys, but especially with your grip right now, what I saw today it doesn't look like that far of a stretch to me.
My irrepressible grip.
Yeah.
Irrepressible.
I've never used that word in my life, but now I'm going to use it all the time.
You're welcome.
I said you're gonna sleep on it and forget, and you're wake up tomorrow and be like, Keela, guess what they called me yesterday? Irresponsible.
That's why I wrote it down.
They said that I was irresponsible.
He was checking his notes after a couple days, like,
I'm irresponsible. She'll say, I know. Have you seen our garden out front?
they called me unrespectable.
No, I know that word. I get called that all the time.
Well, as a strength athlete, though, you'd have a chance. You guys are gonna have a chance to start writing and etching your names down in strength lore.
That's what we're doing right now.
Well, we did some of that today, but being sanctioned
Buffville.
gives it even more so. I mean, the Denny Stones are sanctioned by the guys here at Buffville, but the other lifts, you get them in a competition, it's going to get real. They're real good. And especially you putting up, anyway, if you will train the inch dumbbell, oh my goodness, 200 is
I've never touched it till today.
never. And you picked up 176 pounds
Yeah.
with the left hand like it was easy.
Yeah.
Wow. And broke ground with 200.
Yeah.
You are going to put that on TikTok and
Oh, yeah. My phone is chocked full of short form videos right now.
nice.
Yep.
Yep. Do it for the gram.
You ain't gonna do it.
Don't do
You
that.
remember whatever.
Yeah, I remember. I just don't want to do that.
Rip Vine.
Rip Vine. I do miss Vine.
Vine was the dopest thing.
Yep.
TikTok's just not the same. TikTok's like
all
the
tick-
Farragut, a short form video, and like Vine was a little bit
Yeah.
cooler.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
The Farragut.
yeah.
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 Yeah, Vine was like Knoxville. Like,
Yeah. Northeast Knoxville specifically.
Okay.
You're talking about Vine videos.
Yeah. The good old days.
Yep.
That's like 15 to 16 years ago.
Yeah.
That's like,
That's when short form
Ancient.
videos were the best.
Yeah.
you really like them back in that format?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Those were hilarious.
6 seconds, all you can fit in there.
Dragging it on.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes I'll look
Agreed.
up old Vine compilations on YouTube, watch
I do.
them, listen to Try Not to Think About What Might Have Been, and just cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if right now if I'm on TikTok, if I see the timestamp at the bottom, it's over because I know it's immediately over 10 seconds. I'm not watching it anymore.
And I'll comment mean. I'll use their extra time to comment mean stuff. Like, you're wasting my time. I'm wasting yours. Dog. I spend the
Unless it's
last
like-
2 minutes of your video being mean to you.
Unless it's a guy in the forest, like building a
no
stone
clothes.
building a stone hut. Like that.
Oh, speaking of that, hold on. There is something you may need to look at. I've noticed this by putting the Buffville Stones at the request of Dave from liftingstones.org.
Yeah.
He asked that we have our own Instagram page for the Buffville Stones so we can start showing the people that lift and encouraging people and getting more people out here to lift them now that we're at 8. But I started looking at it, and you may guys want to look at this. Southern Appalachian Stones. I don't know if you know this guy. He's on here. I saw him on Instagram. He has got what they call the Reeve stones down, and they look like they're somewhere around right below 600. And it's in the mountain area of Table Rock, North Carolina, which is no more than it's about the same distance as it is to here or less. I mean, it's close to where you guys are from.
We'll have to check it out. We've been looking for some stone areas to go. We found the Utah Stones of Strength. We're wanting to go make a run through there, and then the Ohio Stones of Strength.
I'm excited about Utah. Those are the ones I think are close to where I could pick them.
This
They're all
guy's
pretty
close.
cool.
I mean, he's on Instagram. If the possibility he's here, it's very possible he could even hear the podcast if he listens for 45 minutes or more now. But it would be
50 minutes and 26 seconds.
50 minutes, 26 seconds. He would be in somebody excellent. I would like to go down there and lift his stones. I mean, he's got some cool stuff. I mean, they've got a 115-pound overhead one-arm stone they use. They got a 240 or 60-pound shoulder stone they do, and they're all up there in the mountains in North Carolina.
Why are you laughing?
Probably the same reason.
I'm just Clint talking about wanting to lift this guy's stones.
The same reason I'm trying to laugh right now. I love to lift the stones. I immediately was like, all right, I gotta check out for a second. I'm going to calm down for us.
We let another one go by.
Yeah.
I just couldn't let that one go on by.
You're doing the Lord's work. I appreciate you, Pimp.
Hadley, you've lifted my stones multiple times.
I thought we was talking about marbles.
As time goes and your stones get closer to the ground, they hurt his back more.
Well, I think on that note, we'll start wrapping it up.
Coward.
Anybody got anything else they want to add?
No.
Yeah.
I'll add up here. I want to say thank you to you guys on the camera. Say thank you guys for coming down. We appreciate you guys coming down to Buffville and Albany, Kentucky. And if anyone's out there listening or watching on the YouTube or on Instagram or on Facebook and like to come down and lift the Buffville Stones or lift in a USAWA competition, all they do is sign up. Go to USAWA.com. Find one of the competitions. We have the two main events coming: the Hack and Denny Classic on June 2nd and December 7th. America Takes Revenge. And we're going to have Team USA going head-to-head with Team England and Team Australia and Team Canada, hopefully. And at the Old Time Strongman World Championships on December 7th. We'd love for people to come join us and be a part of that and have a great time lifting. And they're all free events to lift in. So are the Buffville Stones. If you come down and lift the Buffville Stones, you get to wear and you successfully lift them like Dave did. You get the Do You Have the Stones t-shirt. And I have told them the second run of shirts, we'll have to turn them around. They'll have a different person. We'll have actually silhouettes of people who've lifted the stones, actual Buffville stones on them this time. So, and we may just change them out. But I want to say thank you guys for coming down. You filled a bucket list item for me to have somebody come down and have fun like this and do great feats of strength in Buffville and spend time. You guys are awesome. And thank you guys so much. And
yeah, well, thanks for having us. This was a lot of fun. We love doing stuff like this.
Oh, yeah.
We can't overstate how grateful we are for you, for all the help you've given us.
oh, you guys are great, man. It's all about strength and all about that culture and just continuing to grow the culture. And you guys have been great. And then this is our little world here at Buffville, and it's a labor of love and strength is what I've said. Probably need a better word. It's kind of irrepressible too.
Okay, you're starting to water down my words.
But thank you guys again for coming, and it's been a real honor to have you here. And hopefully we can come back again, and hopefully
Absolutely.
we'll have a tremendous competition on March 16th at the Iron Palace Strongest Man Trial of the King.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right, well, we appreciate you guys having us. We've had a lot of fun. If you guys have nothing else, going once, twice. All right, well, I will close it with a quote from Christopher Reeve. A hero is an ordinary individual who finds the strength to persevere and endure in spite of the overwhelming obstacles. Bye.